Some secrets weigh so heavily on your chest that they feel like they're crushing you. This is the story of a lie I told. One small lie that spiraled so far out of control it nearly destroyed my life. If I could go back, I'd do everything differently. But now, all I can do is live with the consequences. It started in my second year of college. I was part of a close-knit group of friends, 5 of us who did everything together. One of those friends was Mia. She was the kind of person everyone liked, smart, funny, effortlessly kind. And me, I was just me. Average grades, a little awkward, nothing special. But Mia, she made me feel seen. I guess you could say I had a little crush on her. One night we were all hanging out in the dorm common room. The conversation turned to family, everyone sharing stories about their parents, their siblings. And then someone asked me, "What about you? What's your family like?" I froze. My family wasn't something I liked to talk about. My parents had divorced when I was 10, and my dad had, let's just say, he wasn't around much after that. I didn't have the kind of picture-perfect family my friends were describing. But instead of telling the truth, I lied. I told them my dad was a successful businessman, that he traveled a lot for work. I painted this picture of a dad who was distant but loving, someone I could be proud of. And for some reason, they believed me. In that moment, I thought I'd dodged a bullet. I mean, what harm could one little lie do? But I didn't realize how quickly one lie can snowball into something you can't control. A few months later, Mia suggested we take a weekend trip to her hometown. She wanted us to meet her family, show us where she grew up. Everyone was excited, and then someone said, "Next time, we should visit your hometown." My stomach dropped. Visit my hometown? Meet my dad? How was I supposed to explain that the man I described didn't exist? But instead of coming clean, I doubled down. I told them my dad was too busy with work, that he probably wouldn't even be home if we visited. They bought it, but the relief I felt didn't last long. I knew the truth would come out eventually, and the more I lied, the harder it became to imagine telling them. The breaking point came at a party a few weeks later. Me and I ended up in the kitchen, talking alone. She told me she really liked how close I seemed to be with my family. She said it reminded her of her own relationship with her parents, and that it made her feel like she could trust me. In that moment, I realized something. She didn't trust me. She trusted the version of me I'd created, the person I'd been pretending to be, and the guilt of that hit me like a truck. I spent the next few days trying to figure out what to do. Should I tell her the truth? Come clean to the whole group? Every time I thought about it, I froze. I was too scared of what they'd think of me, too scared to lose them. But the thing about lies is, they don't just sit there quietly. They grow. And one day, I couldn't keep up with it anymore. Someone from my hometown ran into one of my friends and mentioned my dad. They knew the truth, that he wasn't a businessman, that he wasn't even in my life. They confronted me about it, asked me why I'd lied. I tried to explain, but the damage was done. They didn't understand why I hadn't trusted them enough to be honest. And honestly, I couldn't blame them. Mia stopped talking to me after that. The group still hung out, but it wasn't the same. I'd ruined something good because I was too scared to be myself. And the worst part, the lie didn't just hurt them, it hurt me too. It made me realize how much of my life I'd spent hiding, how afraid I was of being vulnerable. I learned a hard lesson from all of this. Honesty isn't just about being truthful with others. It's about being truthful with yourself.